Realize the lighting is not very good. I apologize for that. I want to get that out on the front end before we do this beer review, but that does not mean that we cannot try a delicious micro beer, craft beer here tonight. This is from the Atwater Brewing Company. It's called their Grand Circus IPA. It's got a, I don't even know what this really is. It's a picture of what looks like a big city down at the bottom. It's their Session IPA. So Session IPAs are IPAs with low ABVs. This one is 4.2%, I believe. So you can drink more than one and still talk and walk straight. Let's see, Atwater Brewing Company is out of Detroit, Michigan. We've done a few of their beers. Basically, the theme on this one is kick back, relax, and enjoy cold craft beer in our city's Grand Circus Park. So there you go. That's where it was named after. They call this a famously designed by the English to survive nautical trips to India. Indian pale ales relied on increased alcohol to preserve the nature of the hops for stability. The American style uses these dry hops to ferment it to give a stronger aroma, but not dampen it by boiling. This particular beer has a hop profile. It's crisp, it's clean, with a light caramel and bready notes. The American bred hops come through it without being overbearing or annoying. A generous citric aroma lends to the freshness to the top of its offering. That is one heck of a description. So basically, it's going to be a hoppy beer, low ABVs with a little bit of citrus in it. Very cool cap, which I know you probably can't see because of the lighting, but it's kind of got this old school guy in a hard hat tipping off the beer. So let's check this thing out. I've gotten mixed reviews on this one. I've heard it's okay. I've heard it's pretty darn good. I've heard a few things. So smell is not extremely crazy. Kind of plain. I don't like the word bready because I think it opens up to too many descriptive allowances. It's just bready. But this smells like bread, literally. A little bit of hop flavor, but not much at all. There's a little bit of residue floating around, so this is not completely filtered. Actually, there's quite a bit kind of floating around. It's not very filtered either. This is very cloudy. I realize you can't see that on the lighting, but it's pretty cloudy, and there's quite a bit of stuff floating around. Pretty thick white, very thick white head on it. Not a lot of carbonation for that amount of head, but there is a steady stream kind of flowing up. But overall, nothing is really kind of jumping out at me in the aroma side. So let's take a sip. Very citrusy. First thing I think is kind of lemon flavor. Yeah, see, this one I struggle with. I think it's because it's not filtered. It kind of has that what I call wheat residue, and I realize this isn't a wheat beer, but it kind of has kind of this like this jaw curl thing right at the end. It kind of gives you this almost German Grolsch kind of almost skunk flavor to it. And it doesn't really do anything anywhere else. Like, it's not extremely hoppy, it's not extremely citrusy, it's not... Dang it, I can't stand beer reviews like this. I've had several of these recently. It's just not that good. It's easy to drink because it's not too overpowering one way or the other, but it just doesn't really do anything for your palate, aroma. It doesn't really have anything exciting, front end, back end. It's kind of plain tasting. It's just not good. And that, I don't like not good beers, but I wouldn't buy it again. I don't like it. And I don't do that often. It's pretty bad. I'd probably give this a 1.5. That's as low as I can go. Our rating scale is between 1 and 5. A 1.5 means I wouldn't buy it again. I wouldn't recommend it. there's probably something else out there that's worse. So that's why I don't give it a 1. But it's not worth what I paid for. I think I paid like $2 for the bottle, which would equate to $12 for the 6-pack. And there's some $12 6-packs that are way better than this. So sorry, wouldn't do it again. That's a thumbs down. So if you tried it and you feel differently, or you also feel the same, leave comments on our YouTube channel or website. We love to hear your opinion. And as always, we appreciate you watching, and we will see you again real soon. Cheers.